Let's talk about field guides. You know, there are so many field guides out there these days. How does one evaluate the merit of each? I think if your goal is to get a book that's going to help you identify a bird in the field, what you want to do is think about the process of identifying a bird, and that'll help. That'll help you think of things you need to be considering. When you see a bird off in the field, out in the bush, the first step usually is to put it into a category, a type of bird. You know, it's a wren, or it's a sparrow, or it's a gull. So books need to be organized taxonomically, grouping birds that are closely related to one another. Some guides are coming out grouping birds by color, and this really isn't the way that we identify birds in the field. If you see a yellow-headed blackbird, do you go under yellow or do you go under black? On the other hand, seeing a yellow-headed blackbird, we know it's a large blackbird-sized bird, and we'll go right to that section in the book. The next thing you want to consider is make sure the guide has range maps of some sort. This North American guide has range maps right next to the pictures of the birds, so you can immediately look and see whether it's a possibility. In a sense, just look over here, we're in the western United States. Is this bird a possibility? No, it's not even here. The third thing you want to consider is habitat information. Now, most guides have habitat information in there in a subtle way. The artists actually draw the birds on plants that they're normally associated with. This is a great page of flycatchers. Another thing you want to consider is just the plates themselves, the quality of the plates. And now there's sort of a trade-off between photographs and artistic renditions. Most of the experts think artists' renditions are much better because they capture the essence of all the characteristics you need to consider when distinguishing species. Finally, there's a practical side. How large is the book? Is it easy to carry into the field? Is this something you're going to carry around with you? Most field guides are small enough to fit right in your pocket. But even some, like the National Geographic side that won't fit in my pocket, aren't that difficult to carry around. You can learn to hold the book and hold your binoculars at the same time. It's not that difficult. So what you want to consider then in thinking about a guide is make sure the birds are organized taxonomically. There's some range maps, that there's information on habitat, the plates are good, and that it's something you want to carry around with you. That's all the time we have this week. Join us again next week for another episode of Birdwatch, and keep those binoculars handy.